Hello and welcome to our pie game. Let's get right into it. So this is our starting sequence, which is a collection of images explaining our game. Um, so Ozo is a bioengineered creature that is sent down to Earth to clean Earth, as you can see from these starting sequences. Um, and then next up, we would like to get some explanation on our map.
Firstly, let's talk about the icon movement on the screen. The map is displayed in a top-down view with the player icon having access to move around the whole screen, but is prevented from going past it. This allows the player to fully interact with the map interactables, specifically the NPCs moving around the map. When a user approaches an NPC and presses T, the NPCs stop moving and an environmental tip image is displayed, of which you can either take the time to read or simply let go of the button to make the image go away. This also allows the NPCs to start moving again. How close you are to be able to interact with the NPCs is determined by checking for a collision between the players and NPCs rectangles. For the NPC movement, the angle for each NPC is updated randomly from negative 0.1 to 0.1 radians, causing them to move in a different direction, which makes them appear to move in a somewhat erratic pattern. We then calculate the new position of the NPC based on angle and speed using the sine and cosine functions. The code also ensures that if an NPC goes out of bounds, it's wrapped around to the opposite side of the screen. Moving on to the nodes, the circles that are displayed on the map, they represent access points to levels. The player needs to get close enough to the level node so when you hit the trigger distance and press the space bar, you can enter the level. The color of the node will change depending on the level you have completed. The red node represents the maximum level you can enter, gray for levels that haven't been completed yet, and green for completed levels. The maximum level is passed through the database and reloads after each level completed to keep the max level up to date. Once a user has completed a level, they are taken back to the map where they can move around and select the next level. But be careful of how long you spend in the map. Every 30 seconds, there's a 20% chance that you enter a mini level where you fight a boss. Now to customize your character, two HUD interactables are also displayed on the map, or you can use the same logic as the level, get close and hit space to enter the HUD. From there, you can change the color of your character, and it is then applied to the next level you enter. And Bashar can talk a little bit more about that.
And then I also want to touch on about like the map you see in the background. The background does change. It is very dirty right now. It does get cleaner as we will go forward and progress through the levels. So let's show off our first level. Mike, take it away.
Alright, hi everyone. As you press spacebar onto the level node that's red, indicating your max level, it'll take you directly to that stage. As you can see, there are three different attacks that Ozon has. The first being a regular ball that just does basic damage. The second being a fireball, which is accessible through the 1, 2, and 3 keys. As you can see, fire does damage over time on enemies for 5 seconds. And the ice ball can actually freeze them, preventing their ability to either run fast or shoot you while they're frozen for 5 seconds. As you progress through the stages, there's both scrolling forward and backward. Red enemies do not have a hitbox, however they do damage you. Green enemies can shoot you through walls and do have a hitbox. However, when you kill them, you can pass through them and collect some berries that will heal you to help you on your journey. Be careful of the final bosses because they have more hit points and even more damage.
Just as Mike is pulling the final boss, which is going to make us progress to the next level. There are two types of berries. The single color one will give you points on health, and the double colored one will give you
Yep, so upon defeating the boss, you exit the stage and win. However, if you die during a level like this, you will simply respawn. If a level is too difficult for you and you want to break, feel free to press enter and go back into the map to try again later. Let's say I don't like that character's abilities. I can just as easily switch to another one, such as the red one, which has a little bit more health, press save, go back to the map, and then try again with my new character. As you can see, Ozon is updated, and I have slightly more hit points. progress through the stages, the levels they get more and more difficult.
As Mike is working through this one, you probably noticed how the map in the background kind of got cleaner. So let's keep trying with this hard level. You also may have noticed that the backgrounds are quite diverse and relate to the world map. Currently, we are in North America, and there are industrial backgrounds, or littered backgrounds, and as you progress, the world does get cleaner. Maybe if you could take it, maybe if you could take it a little slow here. Okay. And then I believe that there must be a boss behind that. So let's. I'm gonna attempt to traverse this. It's always fun when you can't beat your own game. And then I think we're just gonna shoot from here. You also may have noticed the background music. It does change depending on the level. Okay, great. We were able to
beat on that one.
We were able to do a little bit.
Alright, let's finish these levels and get to the maker state.
It would be easier actually right now. This is quite a difficult level. It requires you to
Yeah, you gotta get a wall jump.
A wall jump in order to get started.
There we go. Alright, let's see if I don't die here.
As you can see, the background is, very mirrored with with a lot of lightning and floods, and it's just to depict what the future can look like with runaway climate change and global warming, right?
One of my favorite parts of this game is the way our character runs. There's actually about 15 sprites in total that encapsulates their movement in all different directions while jumping. Alright.
Awesome.
Perfect. Alright, almost there.
We're going across the ocean to Europe. As you can see, the map is getting cleaner and cleaner.
Let's talk to an NPC. If you press T nearby an NPC, they'll all stop, allowing you to talk to any nearby ones. They usually show helpful images, such as this one that lets the player know that fireballs will do damage over time. Alright, on to the last stage before the player is rewarded with beating the game and has access to the maker state.
The music did indeed change because this is the final level. So based on the way we store our progress, we're able to deeply customize numerous factors of the game, including the music.
I didn't realize there wasn't a platform under the box. Oh, the good old trash bag monster can fly.
So there's a paper monster. There's also a trash bag monster.
Yep, the flaming computer chip.
Yes.
Alright, perfect. Alright, now to my personal favorite part of the game. You'll notice that as you try to enter stage 7, you'll find that it is locked. Pressing the spacebar while on top of it will not bring you into a level. But if you try to enter the spaceship, you'll notice that you're rewarded from all of your hard work with a very, very Mario Maker style interesting little maker where you have the option to use all of the platforms that you've encountered so far to make your very own stage. With the platforms, you can click from any two corners, and it'll connect them with the platform, like so. Very, very user-friendly, with plenty of variety. In terms of berries, you have access to both berries. You can place them wherever you like. Now, you'll notice that, or you might remember, the mechanic to leave a level is by defeating the boss. If I don't have a boss, I can't save this level. Enemies are optional, however, I recommend them. And last but not least, every level needs a good boss. My personal favorite. It looks like we got a level on our hands. If we press save, and then try to access level 7, the player can playtest their very own level as a reward for cleaning up the earth. And that's the game.
And just to add, all of the levels were indeed made from that maker you saw. And we hope you enjoyed our game, and thank you so much for listening to our presentation.